Chapter 1. Reality. I often thank God that I grew up in the years before the internet was in every home. I'm not sure I would have handled it very well. It's not like I'm ancient either, but my 34 years do mean that I was born and raised in a different world. It is difficult to quantify or even qualify how the world has changed since the web tied us all together into this strange and elaborate network of bits and bytes. But I do know that nearly every area of life has been touched by it. We do not have the old world plus the internet. We have a whole new world. Even something as human as sex has been radically altered by this digital reality. Teenagers in the 90s, when I was growing up, were not much different from teens today. We wanted the same things. We just had to work a little harder to get some of them. If we wanted to see pornography, and we did, the process usually involved at least two kids working in tandem. One would distract a shopkeeper, while the other tried to steal a magazine from the rack at the back of the store. The appointed thief would have to pick up the magazine silently, shove it down his pants, and walk out of the store without being spotted. This was dangerous, high-stakes work that, if anything went wrong, could easily result in a really awkward meeting between you, your parents, and the police. Today, as you know, unless there are unhackable firewalls or sophisticated filters, a guy needs only turn on his computer, and within 2 or 3 clicks of the mouse, he can have unlimited access to unlimited amounts of pornography. Porn merchants established a beachhead on the internet in its earliest days and have been aggressively building their billion-dollar digital empires ever since. As a result, it is actually far more difficult to avoid pornography than it is to find it, and it would be literally impossible for one person to watch all the pornography being created today. There would not be enough hours in the day or days in the year, not even close. Needless to say, teens, and teenage boys in particular, are quick to sample this illicit feast. Even preteen boys are being drawn in. From the first awakenings of sexuality, many preteens are inundated with pornography. These are not the images of coyly posed naked women that were common a couple of generations ago, but hardcore images that are often crude, base, and degrading. The sexuality of a whole generation of children is being formed not by talks with their parents, not by reading the kind of book I was given as a young man, but by professional pornographers who will do anything to fuel an increased desire for increased depravity. You don't need to be a conservative Christian to be deeply troubled by all this. A short time ago I read an article by a woman who considered herself a feminist. She insisted that she enjoyed sleeping with men and thought little of sleeping with a continual succession of men. Yet she shared what for her was a